Good morning and welcome to Kilachari Torah's daily review of the laws and customs of Pesach for Friday, March 18th. Chag Sameach. Today is Shushan Purim. We will not be listening to Megillah today or sending Mishloach Manot or Matanos Levyanim as a mitzvah. However, we will be omitting Tachanun from our prayers all day today and maybe adding a little bit in our joy and festive spirit onto our normal degree of festivity. Next thing to talk about in the laws of Pesach is the fast of the firstborn. As we know, firstborns, Bechorim, were spared from the plague of the firstborn, which struck the Egyptians and was the final and deciding blow against their nation that encouraged Pharaoh finally to decide to let us go free. However, on the merit of the blood of the Korban Pesach, of the Paschal sacrifice, which was placed on the lintel of the doorposts of the house of the Jews, we were spared from that destruction. As a thanksgiving for that, firstborns have a custom to fast on Erev Pesach. We have a similar custom to engage or participate in a siyum bechorim, a festive meal. If there doesn't happen to be a bris or a pidyon haben or any other sudas mitzvah, any other mitzvah celebratory meal on Erev Pesach, so then we make a point to conduct a siyum, the festive completion of a tractate of Talmud or a Seder of Mishnah, at which all the attendees can celebrate and take part in. And since they already broke their fast by being part of the Sudas Mitzvah, part of the mitzvah meal, the rest of the day they're allowed to eat and drink because it's no longer a fast day for them. We will be having a siyum, God willing, in our shul also on Erev Pesach. We're prohibited from eating and possessing chametz, not only chametz and leaven prohibited by the Torah on Pesach, but also from the beginning of the 7th hour of Erev Pesach. So from noon onwards on Erev Pesach, halachic noon, that is, those times will be printed in the bulletin and in the Pesach guides, we're prohibited from owning chametz or even mixtures of chametz that are made from that point on. During the 5th hour, one should make sure one can still derive benefit from the chametz, eat it up, but from the 6th hour on, eating and deriving benefit are prohibited. So one should dispose of chametz any time during the 30 days before Pesach, but chametz should preferably be disposed of before the 5th hour on Erev Pesach. We're talking about halachic hours. Again, those will appear in the bulletin. We should not only abstain from eating chametz, but even eating food prepared in a chametz container, pot, eating it with a chametz utensil, a spoon or a knife. That is prohibited because the utensils themselves transfer taste. Koshering, any koshering of utensils or surfaces, countertops, stoves, ovens, anything should be done before this point on Pesach. On Erev Pesach, rather, sorry. Chametz should be disposed of on Erev Pesach. It can be nullified and declared onerous and left out in the street. It can be destroyed by burning, and it can be sold. You're allowed to sell it or appoint an agent for sale thereof. There should be public burnings of chametz, usually at a Gouda, right by the 401 in Bathurst, and or at the Bayit parking lot in Thornhill there. Okay, we will leave it at that, and we'll just remind ourselves of what's happening this afternoon, this evening, of Shushan Purim. Earliest candle lighting, earliest time to welcome in the Holy Sabbath is 6:12, 12 minutes past 6. You notice we've changed the clocks, things got a little bit later. Candle lighting, actual candle lighting time 7:09. We will daven Shacharis tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. For those who have signed up, please do sign up if you haven't already. Motzei Shabbos, Shabbat concludes at 8:12 p.m. So we will convene on Zoom for Havdalah at 8:22. Please join us for any or all of the above that you are able. Have a wonderful Shabbat. Should be good health and peace for everyone. Shabbos.